Then you can bring in all the stakeholders and you can get into programs that'll help you and train you on how to build it. But that first step is you have to design a business model that is desirable.
When I initially moved back to Pensacola, I had a meeting with Lloyd. Lloyd invited me for breakfast and I was telling him, man, I still have an idea for the entertainment industry. This is what I wanted to do. He was like, all right, I got started up on the blocks. So I need you to start coming to start up on the blocks and get a little more information on how to work through the tech ecosystem and take your idea and we'll get you where you need to go. My company is called The Know, is an app that is streamlining business for the entertainment industry. Yeah, so if you're a musician, what you would do is pretty much jump on the platform, you'll create a profile, but the way we created the profile is pretty much a cleaner way. So now if they want more information about you, you'll connect your social media platforms, your streaming platforms, and that way they can go directly to it. What we also have included is your calendar. So pretty much you can set your days, you can set your price for your days and automate your booking. So initially talking to Lloyd, my idea was all here, it was there, it was over here, it was over there. It was like, all right, Quinn, I get it. You got a lot that you want to do, but we need you to bring it in just a little bit and then work on your pitch, your story, and how you're going to bring it full circle to get people to understand what you're trying to create.
Most of the programs here wasn't inclusive, and so we said we'll focus on helping founders of color. We also start at the beginning of the thing, at the idea stage, whereas a lot of the programs you see here locally, they start after you're up, and that's not very efficient unless if you don't have a lot of money, you can't recover from your mistakes. And the lean startup system, it actually helps you make mistakes faster before you spend a lot of money. You don't actually start building anything until you got customer buy-in.
There was a need for small businesses to bring brand awareness to their business. I see there's a lot of makers and bakers that they're making all of these goodies and these products, but they can't market it, they can't sell it at the same time, and there needs to be kind of like that middleman, that middle person to help bring economic growth to some of the small businesses in Pensacola. So Taste of Pensacola, I came up with that idea during the pandemic when I saw things at that time that Amazon couldn't fulfill. They didn't even have those products, but the local people in the community, they did. And so there was a ton of people coming out saying, hey, I make masks. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. All the local people here that are just as talented that can actually make those products. And so I wanted to kind of showcase who they were. So with Taste of Pensacola, our income streams, we have several of them. We have the corporate America, we do corporate gifting, just regular consumers, different Pensacola natives that don't live here that want to purchase our boxes, like a taste of weddings, distribution. So we also do bulk sales. So for a private airline, if they want some local snacks and goodies on their passenger flights, they will come to Taste of Pensacola and we will source their vendors here locally. And we'll give a small business owner an opportunity to have reoccurring monthly sales. I've always had a really big vision for Taste of Pensacola. I knew that it could go beyond just local. I know that maybe other communities could possibly use the same platform that I'm trying to build. And I always have these big visions, but I never know how to even get there. Where do I start? I know it's more than, there's a lot of technical things behind it. I know there's a lot of research, but that connection, I never had it until, thankfully, again, I met and was introduced to Startups on the Blocks and was able to just learn more about how to grow it in terms of data. Things I just never thought about, framework, words like traction. There's a lot of things that I just did not know about and language that I need to know in order to get funding for my business. There's just a lot that I didn't know.
I would go to the stores and look online. They didn't have a wide variety of natural hair products about 8 years ago. And the ones that they did have, the ingredients, it would say that they were all natural. And when I would research the ingredients, a lot of the ingredients were not natural. I make everything, my shampoo, conditioner, I have an oil that I make, and I have 2 different separate butters. Like I had some people who were completely bald and grew their hair. It's about giving women their confidence back in their hair. I have this salon and I have a second salon, and I have my products in about 5 beauty supply stores. So I need a manufacturer to keep up with the demand at this point. Startup on the Blocks has helped my business grow, send me to different people. I'm able to do different pitch competitions to apply for grants in the community for small businesses. Lloyd's a really good person to connect with. He has a lot of resources here in the community that can help small businesses grow. If you have a product out there and you're trying to go big time, he's the person that you would want to meet with.
So it's really important to have some type of support because 9 times out of 10, most founders start out on their own. And to have somebody that has an idea of how the ecosystem works and is able to tap into other resources and bring back to the community, and that pretty much has encountered some of the roadblocks or going through the same roadblocks that we're currently going through and understands where you're at, your culture and how you respond to things, is a big help because you don't really have too many people that have access to what we have access to here in the community. And a lot of people believe that you have to leave and go to bigger cities to do the things that we're doing here. But I mean, it's one thing to have exposure, but you have to actually know it's here in the community in order to take advantage of the resources. So I get approached and I talk to friends all the time that wants to either start an idea or hear that I'm actually doing the app and wants to know more information about how are you doing it or what's the process, what's the path. I'm like, man, we have somebody here, Startup on the Blocks, Lloyd Richard. And Lloyd is here, he's a great resource to the community and to founders that's trying to learn the ecosystem. So join Startup on the Blocks.
Yes, join Startup on the Blocks. Welcome, everybody. Glad to be here. Another Thursday, our final event of the year for Thursday evenings. But I'm excited. Got a lot to share this evening, and I hope everybody's planning to have a great holiday and spend a lot of time with their families and such. So we're looking forward to that. All righty, so let's get this show on the road and start giving appreciation to our sponsors. So let me get my screen set up here to do that. So share screen. Okay, let's see what we got here. Right. Okay, let's get the show on the road. We were just in the networking session and we had a pretty good conversation going on there. And so got a little bit behind here. First, give shout out to our sponsors, and I guess most of you all realize we partner with the organizations to get exposed to more potential founders that we can actually help, like Blacks in Technology, Black Innovation Leaders of Florida, Black Innovation Alliance, Goody Nation. So this helps us, kind of reach founders out there. And with the support of these partners, we can reach more founders out there and help them fill their knowledge gap as it relates to running a startup or a business in general. So big shout out to the folks that have agreed to partner and support us to move forward. And the idea behind these partners, there are a lot of resources that founders need. And so by partnering with some of these organizations, we can expand the resources that we make available to founders out there. And so when I say founder, I mean a business owner, but we like to make founders aware of these scalable business models so they can actually take advantage of the startup ecosystem. And we'll talk a little bit about that tonight. But some of our sponsors who put up money and resources for us as well. So, we partner with banks and as you see here, the Florida Power, Industry Hotels, and a lot of these organizations for financial reasons and because they have, some of them have services for black founders, as well. They like what we're doing, trying to make the ecosystem more inclusive, and so Black founders can participate more. And they give a shout out to industry. They've been with us since the beginning, and so they, like when we have events here in town, they may give us some hotel rooms, and they've sponsored at least 5 or 6 of our pitch competitions, our demo days. So it's just a really big shout out to people that are interested in supporting Black founders, our companies. Yeah, and so we're going to talk about some AI stuff today, and about founders. I'll get into that a little bit more. I want to make everybody aware we have an application out there open at apply.kakuainstitute.org, and so this is a great opportunity if you hadn't participated in any of our classes. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to do so. So just literally go to apply.kakuainstitute.org, and that will get you the link. But let me get rid of my branding here real quick. And so it's apply.kakuainstitute.org, and you're literally just applying to take the class. And so and you will be able to get access to the class. So don't make a big deal about it. And if you have a business or trying to grow a business, it's you literally be working on your business and stress testing your business and designing a scalable business model around it. Okay. And last week we announced this program here, the Black Innovation Leaders of Florida IP Launchpad program. And we, the Kakua Institute, are providing resources to help people, like if you're interested in getting a trademark, this Patent Hacks program here. It has all the background materials on that, and to kind of so you know what you need if you wanted to do it yourself. And then we also, for potentially, we'll have some scholarships for you to actually file for your trademarks and our patent. And then the patent training on how to file a patent, it's like really extensive, a lot of background information. And so we have that you can get access to that. So once you get access to the system, so all you have to do to get access is just go to this, fill out this form, and I'll send you the link to get in there. And we got a couple of agents, one for AI agents, one for trademarks, and one for patent. So it'll help any questions you got about that kind of stuff. It'll do it. It'll help you out with that. We also use Notebook LM to create a podcast, so you can actually listen to the podcast about it, and it makes it real clear and simple. So if you know anybody here in Florida, folks in Florida has priority. But to be honest with you, if you want access, we can help you get access to it. So don't hesitate. And then you're free to participate in our sessions on Thursday evenings from 6 to 6:30 to get in your question and answers. And then on Saturdays, we do office hours from 1 to 3. So we're gonna take the rest of the year off, so we won't be doing any office hours this coming Saturday. But starting after the beginning of the year, we'll start back up our office hours like the first Saturday in January. So whether you're doing stuff with your startup or with this IP Launchpad stuff, we can get your questions answered. So take advantage of that. If you know somebody that wants to file a patent or trademark, or want to get the knowledge, and there's a lot of resources, so wouldn't miss this opportunity at all. Yeah. And yeah, so I've shown this chart 1,000 times and it looks confusing, but all it is just a bunch of business models, and it's just kind of giving you a pictorial view of what our training is. And so these things represent a one-page business plan. And I was just showing Thomas and the networking, and we actually used a prompt that I leveraged Anthropic console to actually create a prompt that takes you through all these exercises here. But a simple thing: create go enroll in the training. You get access to the training. The first week you're in the training, you do this part. Second, where you just creating a one-page business plan, and then you duplicate it for each customer segment, and then stress test each customer segment for desirability first. And the ones that don't pass that, where you have here is your customer segment, your problem, and your unique value proposition. We're just talking about that in the networking. And so from this little simple test, you can eliminate customer segments that you don't have to work with. Each one of these customer segments, or on these rows, it costs money for you to try to market to these customer segments. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get to the end where you can focus on one customer segment that's going to bring you the most value, help you make the most money. And so it's just a straightforward milestone-based process that enables you to as you learn this stuff, you can participate in the startup ecosystem. So I can't wait to kind of share you what the importance of going through this, so you can actually take advantage of the resources in the startup ecosystem. And so in essence, what we're doing, if you're a founder, you're not sure what to do sometimes, and you need money, you need mentorship, and we're here to kind of help you with all of those things and help you learn, so you can actually be prepared to apply for a pitch competition, be prepared to apply for a program that gives you money. It's just prepared to apply for a program that gives you training or gives you resources, to give you stuff for free. So you have to learn the language. And so that's what we do. We kind of come to the rescue and help you close your knowledge gaps. And so the tools we provide, you should be able to level up your knowledge to take advantage of a bunch of these resources. Okay, and these are our core offerings here. The Lean Stack is for the business model design. The Startup Science is for get you through those life cycle phases of the best practices of going through each one of those phases as you go through them, and also to be able to get the knowledge to answer any question a banker, investor, or anybody you might have, a partner might have, and co-founder OS we use it to measure the founder's entrepreneurship skills, and there's also access to get a national certification from Make Startups as well on that. And just was telling you about the Patent Hacks program. So we're here to support you, take advantage of it, and you can take advantage of the ecosystem and all the stuff it has to offer. So yeah, and I haven't talked about this chart in a while, but it's literally just to show you have an idea, you go through all these phases, and most businesses, you don't see them till they get here up and running. But in the startup world, you literally do a lot of things before you actually become public, and that's what we actually help you with, getting through these different milestones and phases here. So that's the deal there. And I won't talk about that one too much. And here's just another view of the Startup Science program. It's the phases that you go through, from your vision or idea to building your product, going to market, standardizing all your processes. Today we'll talk some about, leveraging, AI to optimize some of these processes and workflows as well. So we got a good resources to help you with. We have most of these folks are certified Lean Stack folks, and 3 of us are level 3 trained. So we've been out there learning, trying, so we can actually help you all get through some of this stuff. Yeah. So if you got any questions or comments about any of this stuff, I'll be glad to answer it. So today, I wanted to just kind of review what all this startup stuff is all about. Because in general, when I talk to people, founders, like last was it this week? I think this week I was participating in a meeting where we were interviewing people to get into and they were presenting to get into the local incubator here, and it was obvious, that they didn't know much about business modeling and how to communicate their business and how to make money. And that's what the ecosystem actually does. And last week was participating in a looking at some pitch competitions, and so that was pretty neat as well. So but today I kind of wanted to review what it actually takes for you as a founder to take advantage of the startup ecosystem. So I'll share my screen here and get into this full screen mode. So talk about the startup ecosystem. And so this week I decided to do a prompt. I say, what is the ecology of the startup ecosystem? So I did a ChatGPT prompt to do that. And so so this is some results of that prompt, and using this tool called Gamma. I just heard about it today. So using this tool and I was able to create this presentation, in less than 5 minutes. But you have to understand that there is a ecosystem out there. So what is the ecology of it and how it works? So all these networking group, the people trying to develop talent, investors, partners, mentors, advisors, but the founder is at the heart of all this stuff. And so all these service providers, all the universities and the accelerators and incubator program, but it's all, the ecosystem evolves around the startup founder, the business owner. So the question is, if you're a business owner or a startup founder, this ecosystem is there to help you. So the first thing you should want to do is actually become aware of it and try to understand it so you can actually take advantage of it. And so like I said, at the heart of it is you. You have innovative ideas, passion and drive, but you see, and so you're a problem solver. You're trying to create solutions, but your focus is on the problem. So you as a founder are the center of this. So as a founder, you're the reason the ecosystem exists. So you're number one. So how do you not take advantage of something that's designed all around you? So that's the first thing you need to get in your head. So most people, first thing they're talking about is money problems, but the ecosystem does have the investors, But it does have a lot of other ways that you can actually uh, get funding. But you need to be aware what role the investors play in the ecosystem and at what time, at what phase of your startup when you need to interact with investors. You can start interacting with them anytime, but they're not really designed to come in and help you until you get to the product market fit phase, and that may be a couple of years down the road. It could be sooner, but that's typically what the deal is. And we also, when you think about funding too, you can leverage pitch competitions, but a lot of the programs out there, they give you money. I'm working with at the beginning of a process for and hoping to get selected for an accelerator that will work with nonprofit leaders, and they will actually give the nonprofits money and as they go through this accelerator program. And so it's just all kinds of ways to kind of get funding. And so I've got close to $150,000 in funding for my startup, and I didn't leverage any. Well, I guess I did get grants, but I didn't get any venture capital or angel investors. It all came from being a part of programs, and all these programs I worked on my startup. Okay, support our organizations, like was mentioned, incubators and accelerators and co-working spaces, but there are a lot of organizations that support founders. So just be aware that they exist, and their job is to actually support founders and help them grow their business. And so to put this in perspective, I'm letting you know what the ecosystem is, because you as a founder has to get prepared to talk and communicate with this ecosystem. But if you don't understand it and how it works, you can't do it. You have to be aware of it to kind of move forward. And so, like even this co-working space thing or this incubator thing here, I participated in co-working spaces, and I connected with co-working spaces that asked me to pitch, which resulted in me get recommended for another program that gave me $25,000, a grant for $25,000. So all this stuff relates, because you go to these organizations and you participate in these things, and these organizations recommend you for opportunities. So last month I got an email wanting to help identify founders to participate in a pitch competition. So it was a $20,000 pitch competition that was held here locally a couple of weeks ago. Last week. And so you get recommended based on, and so I asked one of the person that came from Tallahassee, and I said, well, how did you hear about this? They called me. He wasn't even looking. They called me. So he got to pitch his business there. Governmental organizations, an educational institution. Now, this is important. You learned something a couple of months ago over in Mobile. They have the innovation port over there, and the state of Alabama, they get over $250,000 from the state of Alabama to run one of their startup programs. But that's because the state set aside some incentives for entrepreneurship. And so, if in your state you need the same thing. So here locally and across the country, universities, like we had a Haas Center here, and they support the founders with doing market research, doing 3D printing, all kinds of stuff. And so it's a really neat thing. So corporate partners, this was my favorite thing, because corporate partners, they give you free stuff, and they don't necessarily take equity when you're participating in their program. And another thing about these corporations, most corporations have programs for startup founders, where they where they give them perks of free software or free services for a certain period of time. So that's pretty neat. And some of our partners, like one of our partners, Coda.ai, which just got bought by Grammarly, I don't know how many millions or billions of dollars or whatever, but we're partnered with them, so so our startups get to use Coda.io for free for 6 months and with unlimited AI. And so Coda, like I tell people, 80% of the Fortune 500 companies use Coda, and so it's a really neat tool. And so we're partnered with them so we can give free stuff to founders. Okay, and so these in-kind services. So this is another deal here where the co-working spaces and incubators, they give discount office space, and networking events. It's just all these resources that are available to these service providers. So we host this event weekly. Other organizations hold weekly events and monthly events and quarterly events, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of events that you can actually get connected with, and you're trying to connect with other founders. You kind of learn about organizations. I mean, it's just so much opportunity to help you move along. If you got any questions about any of these people that participate in the ecosystem, now the talent part of the ecosystem, that's a real challenging part, because as a founder, if you're trying to build something, you need the people on your team that has talent, or you need to also improve your talent as a founder to kind of move forward as well. And I will provide the link to all these slides and so you can actually get access to. But this is literally the foundation of understanding that there is an ecosystem out there that'll help you with whatever you're trying to do if you're building a scalable business model. And so like the program I was telling you about for nonprofit executives, they want the people, those executives, to learn how to run their nonprofits so they can 10x, 100x the people they're serving. That's what scaling up your business is all about. So the next phase here of what we're doing is, let's see which one of these things I need to go to. Okay, I think it's this one. So now we're talking about you as a Black founder. So there's an ecosystem out there, and now we're talking about you, so you can take advantage of the ecosystem so you can grow your startup. You can get the resources you need to grow your startup. And this is what I've been telling people, and with this program here on Thursday nights that we've been doing since August 2020, close to 200 and something, well over 200 events interviewing founders and ecosystem people. So our job as an ecosystem support organization is to help you as a founder to get yourself straight, so you can actually talk to the people in the ecosystem to do it. And it really is not that hard to learn this stuff, and that's why we're here. And so it's not unusual to not know it. So you have to learn. but that's why we were here to provide resources, and we've been leveraging AI to help you with these resources as well. Uh, uh, so I think I did a prompt. Saying what are the key uh, pillars of success for Black startups, and then I use a tool. I'll just show you here in a second here. Okay, so the main thing is this vision and mindset, problem solving mindset. So as a founder, one of the mindsets is love the problem, not the solution. But you also have to have a vision, and you have to be able to communicate that vision, and so you communicate that vision to co-founders, your team, so they can help you build what you're building. And so, speaking to Thomas and the networking, it's just you have to understand the approach. If you don't know something, how can you even leverage AI, to kind of do it? So I just did I see you see this thing about pillars for this, pillars for that. So I say, well, what are the pillars, of success for a Black founder? And so that's kind of where this came from. Community and ecosystem engagement. What were we just talking about? The ecosystem. If you don't do this, you're making things harder for you than they should be. I talked to a founder earlier this week. He heard about our program, and so he and his co-founder are out there building their stuff on their own. I said, well, why not leverage the ecosystem to help you do what you're trying to do? Yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer. I got a call today from a local founder and one of our founders, and they were setting up a nonprofit. I guess they had got some funding to set up a nonprofit to support people in the music industry. And so they said, well, what do we need to do to take advantage of the programs in the ecosystem for nonprofits? And it's just a mindset. No matter what you're trying to do, who's like, just start Googling or doing a prompt to who actually, so are there any corporate programs out there for nonprofit? Just start asking, just assume there are and start asking. And you got these large language models at your fingertips. You got the Google search at your fingertips. That's all you have to do. And all these things will start appearing to you that to help you run your business more efficiently. So, yeah. So connecting with mentors, advisors, that understand Black founders, networking, building relationship, and sharing your experience so you can actually discover opportunities and learn. Accelerator programs. And there are plenty of programs that are tailored for Black founders. There's just a bunch of opportunity. Why sit in the dark? These things, a Google search or a prompt away from knowing what these resources are. Okay, navigating access to capital. So capital just doesn't happen. And so look at one of the things that models, financial models, pitching, this diversity of funding that's out there. So the bottom line, what I'm saying here, you have to have a business model, which a financial model is a part of the business model. Don't even think about getting into a program if you can't explain how you make your business model. And you say business plan. What's your business plan? What's your business model? It's talking about the same thing, but a business model is how you capture how you make money with your business. So you have to design it so it is scalable, because when you talk about venture capital, if you don't have a ability, if your business is not growing at a certain rate, they're not even interested in funding you. So it's that's why you have to learn these things, and it don't take long to learn them. That's what's so crazy. It doesn't take long to learn them. It's just having a structured process you go through, and that's why we use the Lean Stack platform, because the first thing there is the business model design training. It's basically teaching you how to stress test your business idea and how to pitch it. And when you stress testing your business idea, you one of the things you're trying to accomplish is which market you should go after, and instead of just make an arbitrary decision, I'm going to go after this market and or whatever. Yes, it's kind of crazy, but you can't even think about. So like I said earlier, if you have an idea, you want to get some funding for your idea, but the funding is for your idea from investor or bankers is once your idea matures. So that's why the ecosystem is there to find you alternatives, to give you free stuff, or to give you pitch competitions. Or so like the people that participated in the pitch competition last week, there's no strings attached. Your business was here in Northwest Florida, and so wouldn't you love to get $20,000 with no strings attached? Yeah. So it's and they're talking about doing that quarterly. Yeah, but this is where and that's why when I show those charts, the milestone charts or the phases chart, there's certain phases when you're eligible to or an investor is going after you. But there's a lot of other ways to get funding before that. So that's what you have to be aware of. Let's see here. Okay, technical and business skill. The Lean Stack platform is continuous learning. Leverage technology, AI, analytics to enhance your business operation and competitiveness. Stay informed, keep up with industry trends and emerging technologies. So if you're in an industry and you're not and you're not sure about this stuff, so you setting yourself up for failure. I don't know of any successful founders who haven't leveraged a community. That's exactly right. Yep. So so that's what life is all about: leveraging your connections and helping other people, and other people helping you. Appreciate that comment. Yes. So leveraging technology, and that's what tonight is about, AI. And the AI stuff came about for me is I've been noticing that, I get all these alerts about our stuff that pop up in my Google feed about these companies that are getting funded at these different levels. And I just noticed that it's just one AI company after another. And then it appears that it's approaching 50% of the venture capital is going to AI companies. And so then I asked myself the question, how many Black founders I know are actually AI companies? And so and then the question is, if they're not AI company, how do you become talented enough to build a AI company? So because that's where the world is going. Everybody's trying to leverage AI, and I often hear stuff about AI can't do this and AI can't do that, but you have to remember, based on the way our economy is now, AI might not be able to do it. But people say, well, innovation is happening everywhere. Plumbers, electricians. What if in the future houses are all prefabbed where they're already wired wired up, or and it's just all the plumbing is already in there. So because as the innovation happens, that's what's going to happen. Things going to become automated. So yeah, um, jump on the bandwagon and actually learn. So everything is about learning, this continuous learning. And in our Lean Stack program, that's the whole. It's actually continuous innovation, continuous learning. And in the platform, there's AI tools to actually help you with what you're doing. And plus, we've actually, the Core Institute, with our program, we created tools to help you with all of this stuff as well. So and with this, all this AI stuff is out there. You can definitely stay informed on actually what's going on. So I had, like I said before, I want to remind everyone, I had did some prompts, and I've been thinking about this stuff, and I just found out about this tool, like after 2:00 today, and in less than a few minutes, it created the briefing for me just based on the results of the chat thing I had. Okay, yeah. So this is a tough one here. So like as a Black founder, you got to overcome these systemic barriers of racism, but in funding and partnerships. And I've experienced it all, believe it or not. But there's if there's a will, there's a way. So you can't sit back. You have to understand where the biases are coming from and how to negotiate around. But I can tell you a lot of the resources that are available for you as a founder. There's nothing about race involved in it to get the help you actually need. Yeah, and so so this is, like I said, this developing resilience and adaptability. You will get insulted, and you will fail. You will do stuff. But it's part of the process. Just accept all the feedback so you can move forward. And every time you get a small win, just celebrate it. But that's what's neat about being around founders. They help you get through all of this stuff. And I'm keeping an eye here. It looks like I still haven't plugged up my laptop here. Excuse me a second. That's a little better. Okay, hopefully we're up and running here. Okay, I love this one, this mastering branding and storytelling. If you didn't see the episode last week, the guest was really fantastic, and definitely was a marketing thing and the storytelling. And so, believe it or not, the Lean Stack platform, a bunch of it is about this. How do you communicate? And you communicate in the form of story. So that's what it's talking about: effective storytelling. And the Startup Science folks, they did a webinar last week, and so about this storytelling thing, and the guy was just talking about the hero's journey story arc. Every all the movies and Star Wars and all of these movies that are making all this money, they use the same story arc, that hero's journey. And so when you're pitching or telling about what you do with your company or startup, when you use it in the story form, people get it. But if you just get up there and pitch slides, it's not a story. They don't get it. And so this is one of the keys to your success here. Okay, so you embrace your vision, your unique vision, build a strong network, master your pitch, never stop learning. So that's really what the deal is there. So the idea here is this is more about you as a founder, but you as a founder, you are the whole startup ecosystem is built around you. You are it. So how many situations you can be in where there's a whole worldwide ecosystem that focus around, helping people or founders that are trying to solve big problems. But the key to that is you have to understand what your role is as a founder, because if you don't know what your role is as a founder, you can't take advantage of the opportunities in the ecosystem. It's literally that simple. And so one of the main things is if you play your part, you can actually leverage the resource. And I tell the story, when I worked for the Department of Defense, working for the Air Force in the Air Force Research Lab, when I started that job, and we were developing technology for weapons, robots, and material, all kinds of stuff. And I said, well, the ecosystem for me is anybody who works in DOD, whether in the Army, the Navy, NASA, DITRA, DARPA. If I need something done, I need help with something, I could pick up the phone and call anybody in that whole ecosystem. That's what my attitude was. It's like, there's no excuse for you not to do what you need to do. You don't make excuses. You figure out how to leverage resources to get it done. And I never, as a startup founder, I never listened to all the stuff about there's no money out there. All the money's dried up. Yeah, it might be dried up, but I still get emails every day of people getting funded. So it's hard for me to say there's no money. I know programs out there that gives you stuff to help you move forward. So I think that's it for this one. And we'll get to this last one here. Okay. So anybody have any questions about your role as a founder or about how you participate in the ecosystem? And yeah. So feel free to put it in the chat. So AI. And so it's revolutionizing this being a founder, because it's giving you access to knowledge and resources, and it's like if you should be able to move forward a lot faster. But I see founders every day, you got all these tools and you just need to learn how to use them. So that's what the deal is. So so one of the things was leveraging technology. And so AI is the number one technology right now for innovation, and it's going to be that way for a while. That's exactly right. So community is everything, Mr. Joseph there. And so even as a nonprofit, we even have leveraged the communities of other entrepreneur support organizations. It's really, so we've grown just through being a member of these different organizations and partnering with these other members to kind of get stuff done. Thanks for the comment there. Okay, so how is AI? How can you leverage AI to help you with what what you're doing. And so I know there is a lot of mental roadblocks to things, and some people feel like it's cheating to use AI or whatever. People have been leveraging technology and tools to grow businesses and do things more efficiently forever. So so you just it's time to just settle down and just see how you can take advantage of this stuff. Okay, so it can feel overwhelming for people when there's so many choices. That's why it's good to get into a community, filter out all the hype. I agree 100%. And so, right now, there is a lot of competition for it, so they're saying that this wave that we're in right now is this this AI agent thing. So this, it's kind of like the new technology from an AI perspective. But so when I worked for the government, we didn't call them AI agents, but we had AI that did particular things. So but that's what the term they're using now. So the question, for example, what I like about the AI agents is you can create them. So then the question becomes, which platform is the best one to create them with, or what's the most affordable approach to do it. And so when I look at technology, I always look at the company's revenue model. And one way I look at which may be the best one to do it is, to deal with is the one that got recently funded. So that's one of my cues for trying to figure out which technology. So because there are thousands of platforms to build AI agents and stuff with, and there's new ones coming out every day. So it's definitely confusing and challenging. But like I did the post today about this event. So when I was asking what are some of the popular tools that you got the most ROI out of in this year. But let's just get through this real quick. So right now, it's basically saying you can leverage AI to get better access to resources, to become aware of resources. And so you could definitely leverage, Chat GPT or create an AI agent to help you find opportunities and stuff like that. So you can talk about these AI-powered chatbots as virtual guides for Black founders through the entrepreneurial ecosystem. It's so that's because you need resources in order to grow and to expand. So these are a couple of ways you can leverage the AI to help you move forward. Wow, and this is a big one, because if you can't streamline your business operation, you're going to get bogged down on doing stuff. And so this is what I see is, because if you can get efficient running your business process, that's what it's really all about, is automating things so you can make money, while you sleep there. So let's see. This is exactly how to leverage AI and digital technology in the community to get stronger. We have been building our multimedia platform through this process. Fantastic. Yeah. And so, feel free to keep sharing. Yeah. So because if you can't automate processes and understand the data that you have, how are you going to optimize your business operation? And if you remember in the startup science thing, you have to first document your business process even before you hire these people, because if you hire them before you document your process, you're going to be paying people to sit around because they don't know what to do. But then once you document your process, you can optimize your process. But and it's definitely all about the data analysis to kind of move forward with that. Yeah, the data thing is yeah. I just think even your solutions that you build, you need to be collecting that data from your that your users are doing, and so you can make your learn from that and make things better. And so one of the tools we've been using the last few weeks is Eddy AI, Hey Eddy.ai, and it's about storytelling, but it's about the technology is where yes, traditionally we chat with Chat GPT or whatever, but the Eddy AI is about chatting with your videos to get video clips to tell stories to help you grow your business. And so that's yeah. So AI. So this is I love this chart because one of the first things we did when we started using AI to help founders with designing scalable business models was we designed a prompt to help the founder design a scalable business model. And it's also is part of the idea of validation process. But I was reading what made me thought about Eddy AI on this chart is this is a new startup, but they've been holding weekly office hours to get feedback from their customers who they're letting use their platform free until the end of the year. It's really amazing. So, and they use the feedback and they build and improving their platform around that, and it's truly amazing. And so like this video here, so how I could use that with Eddy AI is once I upload it, I could ask it for about anything, but it will actually suggest some prompts for me to do it, to ask about it. But if I wanted certain things from the video, I could literally prompt it for that, and it'll create a video clip just for that. Yep, and I agree with you, Tony. Don't be afraid to play with the different models just to kind of see which one performs better. And some of the actual tools they use different approaches to pick the best model to use. But yeah, but it's continuous. But I think this is one of the most powerful things here is leveraging AI to help design your scalable business model. And I'll find that Google Docs I created to kind of share that with you. But and I did a prompt today. So if you look at that this business model and idea type thing, I posted it on the link to it on LinkedIn today. So and you'll get a taste of that. So in our 30-day business model design class, it has certain exercises that you have to do. So this one prompt kind of takes you through all of those activities to kind of give you an idea. And yeah, so definitely it's powerful. So definitely, if you got questions about your business, this is the way to go. And we had a question in the networking about there's this company that has a collaborative platform or something, then the founder wanted to know how to best partner with that company. And so we just went through the process leveraging Chat GPT and some of these stuff to kind of come up with strategies on how to do that. Yeah. So I appreciate that compliment there. So let me just finish up these last few slides. Marketing and branding. Yeah, so this is content creation, and that's what the Eddy AI thing is about, is just creating content. Yeah, so you as a founder, you can leverage AI for all of this stuff and keep going here. And feel free to kind of communicate to kind of help understand. So even with the the stuff with the networking and community building, just leveraged the AI to help find these networking and these community stuff as well. Okay, learning development continues. So personal growth, AI tailored learning experience, easy, no brainer. Skill development with AI. Yeah, so anything I don't understand or anything that's seemed like to be clashing on what it is, I just pop it into a large language model, say kind of explain how these two things are similar or different or whatever, and it works every time to get it. So virtual coaching. So we created AI coaches to help you get through the lean stack and a bunch of other stuff. So we use AI coaching with our folks. We're trying to help figure out what to get in these tech careers and plan a path for that. So yeah, it's unstoppable. And basically we use Taskade, Taskade. So I think for the bang for the buck for this year, that paying $16 a month and being able to build as many AI agents as I want to, being able to plan out any project that I need to plan out, to being able to collaborate. It's literally takes away your excuses for not knowing how to do something. So yeah, and yeah, even you can use it for this skill development as well. If you want to learn something, have it plan out a path for you to get through there. Right. So what else we got here? AI-driven product development, AI as a service, tackling their. So this is another thing here. So I think what I'm going to do here is find the Google Doc with the stuff in it, so you can share it with you, and then we can get out here and you all can go do your Christmas and New Year's celebration stuff. So where are we here? Find the link. Found it. And I'll put it out here. And then it's just a document that has, so I didn't show you the Napkin AI, but Napkin AI, I actually use it. So there's a tool that we're talking about today, just where you can actually, so let's see, this is about the startup ecosystem. So I told it, I pasted information what the startup ecosystem was and let it generate a graphic. So that was pretty neat. And for the pillars for successful startup founders, it created this graphic based on what I got from ChatGPT. So I just pasted what I got from ChatGPT, and then it gave me several options of graphics to actually use. And I paste the same information into Gamma, and it actually created the presentation just on that. And so it was able to create the graphics and the presentations, and in less than 15 minutes, just using that. But it gave you a lot of varieties of choices. So let me share this with you in the chat, so we can get out of here. Let's go. Let's make it anybody with the link. And so I'm putting this in the chat. And even though we're going to be celebrating holidays and everything, feel free to email or text or whatever. I'm definitely open. But I know some you want to get off to a good start next year, so we want to be able to help you get off to a good start. So hope you found some benefit out of how to leverage AI with your startup. Yeah, there's just so many tools out there. I'll be here talking forever. Let's see. So we 5 minutes after 8. I'll show you one more thing and about the AI stuff. I just need to find my ChatGPT here. Kill this. So let's go here. So this is for the paid version of ChatGPT. And so you know, when you look at exploring these GPTs, there's just so many. It's really crazy. So I was reading an email, and it was talking about the product GPT. So I did a search on product. So this is about AI chat thing to help you with your product planning to whatever product you're actually building. But I just want to show you the number of things that are out there. So no matter what you're trying to do, there's like tons of these things out there. So just in this one example, you know, like if you want to do brand storytelling, there's like tons of these limited number of these things that are there to actually help you with what you're doing. So from a paid standpoint, I think you can definitely get some value. So all of these, there's just a list that's ongoing, and this is just stuff about products. Yeah, so I just want to make sure whenever you need help with something. So even like when I wanted help with the hero's journey, there are tons of stuff out there about the hero's journey and how to tell your story. And I actually leveraged this to kind of get in the pipeline to be to potentially get a 5-year contract just by telling the story of what we have and the resource we have, just by using a chat prompting this particular hero's journey guide. And so this is the significance of leveraging, you know, the AI to kind of help you move forward. I like this one. So happy holidays all. Enjoy your thing. Love working with you all. Love supporting you all. And that's what we're here for. And we're looking forward to the new year and supporting. But you all, we'll see you all after the new year. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.